Ron. The local agency Echo Housing is rebranding. Savannah Woods, the executive director, and she's here to tell the story behind the changes. Good to see you.
Thanks, you too.
So it looks good.
Thank you, thank you.
What precipitated the rebranding?
So last summer, our agency leadership and board of directors decided it was time for our 5-year strategic plan. And so one of the very first things we did while working with Tad Dickel, who's facilitating the process,
Tad.
He is great.
Yes, he is.
Is sending out a stakeholder survey and gathering the perception of the agency from funders, partners, those we serve, other community members, just across the board. Nearly 200 emails were sent out and/or to solicit the feedback. From that feedback across the board from every entity that responded, there was the streamlined understanding that we are a housing agency, but that we need to share our story. We need to share the impact we make in the community and the community development initiatives that we are a part of. And so that kind of kicked off this rebranding process. We worked with Terry Bischoff, who recently retired from USI. And thank goodness we have an amazing marketing and communications manager, Kim Armstrong, because I did not realize there are 30 different shades of orange and 30 different shades of purple.
You found that, didn't you? Yeah,
very quickly how involved and in-depth this entire process is. And so from that, we developed our new logo, which includes housing and the community skyline for our community development piece, and then the name extension to Echo Housing and Community Development.
Well, it's really sharp looking, but I think it also begins to tell that story maybe that's been undertold or not told at all about all the ways you serve the community. So kind of walk us through that, Savannah. I mean, besides having properties that you need to house people in, rehome people, what else are you doing?
Absolutely. So traditionally, our original mission statement, including housing, social services, and community development, but we realize that those are not standalone things. They're all incorporated, they're all infused together. We don't just house an individual, we provide community development initiatives that support them in their housing and social services that support them. And we would fail the community if we didn't recognize numerous partners and agencies and nonprofits and city government, all these entities that support everybody in the community. And so we wanted to make sure that that was also recognized in our brand with the community development piece and within our mission statement of improving lives through reducing barriers to housing, social well-being, and economic opportunity. So all these things kind of infused together to show not only are we the lead agency for the Promise Zone designation, but there are just dozens and dozens of other things happening in the community that either we are a part of, that we support, that we want to share the message from. And so we feel like this brand tells that story.
Well, I think that it sort of makes you a resource hub too. So you're plugging people in what you and your family might need, these people and you and your family might. And that's great because then you have that synergy with all those other organizations and partners that are not your department, but they're still serving the people you serve.
Absolutely. We firmly believe in leveraging the strongest resources in the community, and Echo Housing and Community Development is not the catch-all for everything. But if somebody has a need in underserved or marginalized communities within Southwest Indiana, we are going to connect them to the most appropriate resource, because again, we're not the catch-all for everything, but we do everything we can to identify the most appropriate resource and ensure they're connected to it.
How do folks reach out to you?
So they can visit our website, echohousing.org, where all of our contact information is. We also have info@echohousing.org, email address, through social media. A lot of times they just walk in the door, and then we navigate the most appropriate places for them to go.
Well, thanks for all the work you and your team do for all the folks in our community.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week to talk about the fundraiser.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you then. We'll be right back. Stay with us.